on September the 19th, 2013. It's Thursday Night Football on LSC, your local sports channel.
Well, hello, everyone. Mike Hauser, along with Paul Rowe, up here at Darling Stadium on an absolute gorgeous football weather tonight. It's, I guess it's in the low 70s probably right now. And
that's true.
The guys down on the field are going to be doing a little bit of sweating tonight as we open up the season here at LSC. As the Hampton Crabbers come in here and will be the visiting team tonight against the Kecoughtan Warriors. Both teams coming off of losses from last week, so they're both hungry for another win. And it looks like the Crabbers have got a pretty good size task ahead of them tonight because Kecoughtan has looked pretty good so far this year.
Yeah, and Hampton's coming off that disappointing loss to Heritage last week, Mike. I mean, that's a game they did not want to lose, but Heritage is a good ball team this year, and Hampton is too, and one of them had to lose, and Hampton just got the loss on that, and they're ready to redeem themselves tonight.
Yeah, you're right about one thing. The district as a whole this year, it's really topsy-turvy. I mean, you got the teams from over in Newport News that are starting to play well now. Heritage leading the league 3-0, along with the Phoebus Phantoms also at 3-0. Hampton is coming into this game with one of the first two-game losses in a year for the Crabbers. So they've only lost three, I believe, once or twice since Mike Smith's been there. So they're trying to keep that from happening tonight.
Yeah.
And Kecoughtan, that loss last week, they opened up with two straight wins. So if you don't mind, we'll send it down to the sideline with one of our guys down there's got a visit.
All right, thanks, guys. I got Coach Mike Smith here. Mike, 431 wins. I mean, you could take all the coaches in the district and add them all up, and they can't get close to what you are.
He probably had the ages up. They wouldn't be close to how old I am either.
Well, we're not going to talk about your age, but I do want to talk about some of the ball players, especially this young Quillen kid. Comes from a family that's, has steeped in football. Yet last year he played wide out for you, some defensive back. Now he's quarterback, a very exciting ball player.
Well, Bubba's doing a good job so far. He's kind of in the learning stages, and it's kind of ironic the fact that his dad played at Kecoughtan, and Kecoughtan's quarterback's grandmother worked at Hampton High School for probably 30 years, Miss Betty Davis. So it's kind of a trade out there, and they're both having a great year as sophomores so far. So.
Right, and you got a young man by the name of Wilkins. What's his first name? Taekwon. Yeah, talk a little about that young man.
He's battling some ankle injuries right now, but he's he's a great outfielder in baseball. Started for us last year, probably mid-season on as a defensive back, and I just showed you I wasn't too smart. I didn't play him on offense. He's going to be a great offensive player. He's having a good year so far.
All right, and then I want to talk about this lineman you got, and this young man is something else, just Spriggs' kid, like him.
Chuck is a really fine kid. We only had two offensive starters back. The rest of them managed to end up somewhere else, and the others graduated. But he's a big, strong kid. He's quick, playing well. He's kind of been battling an ankle injury. I think he's back to about 100% now.
Well, I know that you always had a great defense, but you're coming in tonight against a Kecoughtan team. What do you look for them tonight, Mike?
Well, I'm impressed with them on both sides of the ball, especially on offense. The quarterback gets the ball out of his hands about as quickly as anybody I've ever seen, and he's a very accurate passer. He does a great job. Big running back, sophomore, but I guess last year as a freshman, he might have been the fastest guy in the nation, they said, on the track team. So he's exceptional, but you got to deal with it. A lot of speed, a lot of balls in the air this year in this district, and so we got to get better. We know that. We're working to get better. Right now, I feel like Job when he's in a whale's belly, but I hope I can come out like he did.
Well, listen, good luck to you tonight, Mike.
All right, thanks, Bob.
All right, let's go back up to you guys.
Continue to press on.
Yeah, thanks, Bob. Good job down there as always. Well, what do you think? Start of the season?
I think it's going to be a great game. I mean, one of these guys has got to come out as a winner, and both of them have some wide-open offenses. It's going to be a game that's going to be back and forth, I think, and somebody's going to have to give somewhere on that defense. But I'm looking for a great offensive game from both these quarterbacks.
Yeah, this is going to be one of those kind of games where you're going to see a lot of balls in the air because I think both teams rely more on the pass than they do with the rush this year.
I do, too. In fact, Hampton, I believe I was looking at my notes here earlier, Mike, and it looks like they're running a one-back offense with Jovan Quillen as the quarterback. And, of course, he can run, but I think you're going to see him light up the air tonight.
It's one of the things that a lot of the folks around here have been talking about, that if Hampton really opens it up a little bit offensively by doing the throwing, then it would make a big difference.
And I think that's what they need to do, so we'll find out if they do that.
So let's send it back down the sideline where
I'm
Brent's
here with
down
head
there.
coach Alonzo Coley, starting off the 2013 season, Coach. Last year, nice year for you, but the honeymoon's over. You come in here 2-1 tonight. You're playing a Hampton Crabber team. Like what I've seen, and thanks for the time you let us have at the practice the other day. I really enjoyed the conversation and the look. While we got the opportunity, I want to talk about a couple of players you've got that have really piqued my interest, both of them playing in one offense, one defense. First, let's talk about number 6, Nicholas Sierra. If you could tell us a little bit about him.
Well, Nick started off playing quarterback as a freshman. He's now a sophomore. He's our leading receiver, one of the best receivers in the league, I think. Basketball player, real athletic. You know, has some D1 looks. So we're excited about him in the season this year.
He's just a junior. You think he's going to be staying that when he comes back next year?
Oh yeah.
Going to keep him in that position. Well, let's go to the defense a little bit. And let's talk about Brian Lipscomb. He's a senior.
Brian, really, I'd say, his work ethic has really put him forward. I mean, he's come a long way. He got real strong. Really worked hard in the weight room. He's done a lot for us, and I think he's going to have a real great year.
Well, we'll change the subject a little bit. Been really impressed with the way your team's coming around. How do you feel? You're starting 13 underclassmen in 22 positions. So tell me how that's developing for you.
Well, I had to start over, and coming into the program, and had to kind of put my stamp on it a little bit and get guys in that really bought into what we're doing. And I really think that's happened now. Our kids are really starting to understand what we expect and how things are going to work. So it's going pretty well with the younger guys.
That's great. And I'm going to ask you the one last question. Because it's the first game of the season for our 2013 LSC production. Tell me what you expect a little bit tonight from Hampton. I know they've been doing it for 40 years, but what do you see?
Wow, quarterback is great, man. Jovan Quillen is a terrific athlete. Young kid who really good speed, has a strong arm. Defense is really big. They got a couple of big kids in there, so it should be a tough game.
Well, Coach, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to come over and get away from your teams in practice.
Right.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
And look forward to seeing you again. Okay, guys, back up to you.
All right. Thank you very much, Brett. The band is getting ready out there. So I still want to talk a little bit about, we've said a little bit about Hampton here, but this Kecoughtan team, I've looked on the paper. They're a little bit small, a lot of underclassmen, but they really have some great offense out there, Mike.
They're fast.
Very.
And it's one of the things Kecoughtan hasn't had a whole lot of in past years is a little speed. And this year they have a little bit more speed.
All right, for right now, let's run down to the field. Bob and Brent.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with my buddy Bob Hensbo. We spent most of the day on the golf course talking about this game, really. Well, Bob, it's been forever for you, and this is my 7th year. We're coming into the 2013 season. Kind of interesting. Kecoughtan, Hampton, the old rivalry goes back forever. I'll throw this out there and turn it to you. You got 2 teams here tonight. Hampton starting 12 underclassmen, Kecoughtan starting 13 underclassmen. It's going to be, as you look at the records, Kecoughtan 2-1, Hampton 1-2. It's quite a different season than we usually have.
Oh, well, usually is. If you would have said that's the way these two teams would be when they met, I would have said, no, you've got it backwards. Hampton should have 2 and Kecoughtan -1. But, Hampton is young. And they're not as big as they've been in the past, but I tell you, the coach and staff will get these guys ready. And I look at this Quillen kid, and they call him Bubba. He comes from a family. His granddad won the state championship at Heritage. His daddy played at Kecoughtan and took him to the state championships in 1997, got beat in the finals. I mean, he comes from a football family. So this young man is exciting, and we're going to see a lot of him. But the quarterback over Kecoughtan isn't bad either, is it?
No, not bad at all. The interesting part of this is when we talk about underclassmen, we're talking sophomores. Both sides, both quarterbacks, sophomores, running backs, sophomores, juniors. it's quite amazing to see both of these teams in this kind of a building process. We know Hampton lost some key players, one to Nansemond River, two to Phoebus, and it's changed the complexion. So Mike's having to do some rebuilding and rethinking. But when you break it down, and I'm going to give this to you on the line, when you look at the line, and I was working it out earlier today, Hampton's offense is averaging 230. Kecoughtan's defense is averaging 243 on the line. And Kecoughtan's defense is only averaging 216, and Hampton's offense is averaging 243. So, as you say, why don't you wrap it up right there talking about them lines?
Well, first of all, you got to control the line of scrimmage. And how can you do that when you got one team that's outweighing you as much as the other? And we don't know how that's going to work, but they got to stay away from the penalties. And I talked to some of the officials, and what they're doing this year, they're going to try to do a little bit like colleges. They're going to look at the control of what is happening at the line of scrimmage, where the action is. And if you have a penalty that has nothing to do with the play, they try not to throw the flag, which I think is great.
Yeah, if it doesn't have any effect on the play,
absolutely.
Let's play football. All right, Bob, take it home.
All right, guys, listen, we're having a great game tonight. We're going to send it back up to the booth.
All right, thank you, Bob, very much. Mike, it's going to be a winning game, I think. Like we said, Kecoughtan got the speed this year. They've got a great quarterback who's facing another great quarterback. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that I'm going to predict a passing game. And I know that in the district we're known for run. But, I like this Jovan Quillen kid. He's really a player. And the young quarterback, Desmond Savage from Kecoughtan, he's in that same kind of mold. So I think we're going to see a lot of action.
So this year plus 2 more years after that, it's going to be interesting to watch these two teams grow as the next couple of years go, especially with the quarterback position. You want to talk a little bit about this weird division now that we're going to have at the end of the season?
Mike, I'll almost let you do that because I'll tell you, I still don't quite understand it yet. It's not really a division. It's a conference or whatever you want to call it.
They've reclassified all the schools based on size now. So once you get into the playoffs, you may not even play any of the teams that are in your district. I mean, there's no such thing as – they're not even giving district championships out anymore.
No, they're not.
And so it's really messed up.
But, we've got to see it. We've got to see what develops, how things fall out. I think it could be good for the region, the area. We're getting to see a lot of different teams. I mean, that's the nice thing. We're getting to see how some of the teams who have always wanted to know how they stack up against what is considered the power
Bay
teams.
Rivers against
they're getting to do that now. Yeah. So we'll see how they match up and what they can do.
Well, to me, this is probably the I want to say the worst part of this divisional thing in regards to the AAA Eastern region.
Right.
Simple fact, you're going to have teams that may only have 1 or 2 wins make the playoffs. So in the first round, what's going to happen? You're going to see teams that are number one are seeded number 1. As an example, Phoebus. If they end up going undefeated again this year, number 1, a powerhouse the way they are, and then you end up playing a team from way up in Richmond or whatever that happens to be put into that division who only won 2 games. What do you think is going to happen?
I've never understood that. Maybe you can explain that. How would a team that is 2-8, 2-9 make it into that playoff?
Because the schools are dictated by the size of the student population. Once you get into the playoffs, everything is done by the population of your school. If you've got 900 kids in one school here and you got 900 kids in another school up there, that's what they're doing. They're trying to make it even as far as the population of the students the student body per school.
So if you're the only school, say, in a Division 6 up in the Richmond area, you're the only school, and you happen to be 2-8 in your conference,
you're going to make playoffs. You're going to play somewhere else.
Oh, my gosh.
It's crazy.
Oh, my gosh.
They're trying to get it so more teams have an opportunity to play in the playoffs.
Yep.
But I think what's going to happen, my personal opinion, is you're going to see a lot of people get embarrassed, really, because you're going to have teams that don't really belong playing in playoffs. And, well, it looks like we're doing the coin flip.
Let's do it again.
I think he dropped it. They've already. Hampton's won the toss.
Hampton won the toss.
And they have deferred.
Start of the second half.
So Hampton will kick off to start the game. And Hampton will be defending the east end zone here in the first quarter of play. So as soon as our guys down in the truck are ready, we'll be showing their starting lineups for the game.
I don't know what. I guess he might have had a night on.
3 years of his life. He was born in Milton Bowers on May 20th, 1950. They had 100 siblings in Jim, Kathy, Carolyn, and Will. They do more interesting facts about Scotty Bowers.
There you see the Kecoughtan Warriors at the middle of the field. They're preparing to receive the kickoff. Referees are ready to go. They'll take their position on the field as the Crabbers begin to go out. They'll be kicking off. They'll be moving from right to left, and they'll be facing the Kecoughtan Warrior offense that you see on your screen right there. Watch out for Nicholas Carrera. He's been moved to tight end. He's going to be a big difference here, I think, for this team. Wide receivers, look out for Tavarius. And the quarterback, Desmond Savage. Look out for that young man, a powerhouse who does it all. The backfield for the Kecoughtan Warriors. This offense is going to be something here. Very young, very mobile, very quick. For the defense, we have the Hampton Crabbers on defense. That's the defensive line for the Hampton Crabbers. Jeffrey Speller is stepping in for Dante Wilson this year. He's going to have to be a big play guy along with Chuck Spriggs. Tyquan Wilkins. Tyquan. I keep wanting to say Tyquan. Tyquan Wilkins, who is one of the secondary, is doing real well this year. So you want to keep your eye on him. Hampton with a big defense, excuse me.
Well, we have had the opening kickoff, and downing the ball at the 32-yard line was number 4, Chris Burrell. 1st and 10 for the Warriors as the ball sits at their own 32-yard line. Desmond Savage into shotgun, back to throw. Being flushed out of the pocket. And he is going to be sacked in the backfield for about a 4-yard, make it a 3-yard loss. Back inside the 30.
Desmond Savage, the young quarterback for the Kecoughtan Warriors, as he rolled right there, you could see tight end number 6, Nick Carrera, in the flats. Looked like he might have been open there. I'm not sure that Savage was able to see him, so he decided to eat the ball.
Loss of 3 on the play. 2nd down, 13 for Kecoughtan. Savage again in the shotgun. Hands the ball off to the tailback. Back to the line of scrimmage. Nice gain all the way down near the 40-yard line, and carrying the ball for the Warriors, I believe his number, was it 21 on the play?
Yes, it was number 21.
Gain of 11 on the play.
Gain of 11 on the play. That'll bring up a 3rd down and about 2.5. Zachary James gets the first carry for Kecoughtan. Nice run. Same play right here, and met in the backfield and down for a loss of about 2 to the 38-yard line, and that will bring up a 4th down and about 3 for Kecoughtan. So it looks like a 3 and out for the Warriors to start it off, as the defense for the Crabbers did a pretty good job on that.
Yeah, they did. Number 15, Vincent Barrett, just came right across the line without even being touched, met the ball carrier head on for that stop. Great job by number 15, Vincent Barrett.
Uh-oh, looks like we got a little bit of a problem here. And the bad snap from center goes through the legs of the punter and is down at their own 20-yard line. So Hampton, with the big break here early in the first quarter, will get it 1st and 10 at the Kecoughtan 19-yard line.
That looked like number 11, Floyd Jones, that was able to get in there and down the kicker, so that Hampton will have great field position here on their first possession in the beginning of the game.
Devon Quillen, the quarterback for the Crabbers. Hand the ball off to the lead back right up the middle, and it'll gain about 4.5, just shy of 5 on the play.
Brian Hart on the carry. He'll take the ball down inside the 15 to the 14. Gain of 5 on the play.
And here's your offensive line for the Hampton Crabbers again. Watch for Jeffrey Speller. He's going to be an anchor on that line. Tough line for the Crabbers. The receivers, again, keep your eye on Taekwon Wilkins along with Umar Muhammad, 2 young kids who can fly. And, of course, in the backfield, the man you got to watch is Jovan Quillen there, ladies and gentlemen.
Quillen again in the shotgun. Strickland just went out of the game, so there's a new running back there, and he gets the call right up the middle, and he's going to be about a yard shy of the first down near the 10-yard line. Number 20 on the carry for the Crabbers.
Here's your Kecoughtan Warrior defense. Watch Brian Lipscomb. He's pretty good here, so watch out for Brian Lipscomb. Good kid. Linebacking core, Thomas Kofi. Kofi, you got to watch him. He's got the experience. He needs to lead this back to groups. And notice that all of the safeties are seniors. An experienced defense.
Quillen up the middle for about 3 yards, and he will pick up a first down.
Inside the 10 to about 7.
Unusual alignment by the offense that time. They had 3 wideouts to the far side and 1 to the near side. So they set up with a 4 wide receiver setup on that play.
Crabbers moving slowly and surely here under the direction of Jovan Quillen at quarterback.
First and goal at the 7-yard line. Quillen again in the shotgun. And off straight up the middle inside the 5 down near the 1-yard line, and that is number 2. Demetrius Strickland on the carry. And they're going to set the ball down at the 2-yard line. They'll bring it back a yard, so a gain of 5 on the play. Second and goal now at the 2.
That was a nice burst of run right there for Demetrius Strickland. Jovan Quillen mixing things up here, but they're still moving the ball.
Big break led to this opportunity for the Crabbers as a bad snap to the punter. It gave the Crabbers great field position. And here is Quillen on a keeper to the left side. He spins his way in for the score as the Crabbers will take advantage of the turnover by the Kecoughtan Warriors, and they will score here first in the first quarter with 7:20 to go.
Tell you, Mike, Jovan Quillen got some very good blocking right up front. He made that look easy. He just kind of walked right through there. Here's the replay of it. Look at that blocking right up front there, and that looked like number 62, Joshua Hall. He just followed him right on through. Lomax with a kick is good. So the Crabbers lead now 7-0 here. 7:20 to go in the first quarter. So Hampton strikes quickly on the bad break from the snap. The scoring drive took a total of
2 minutes and 39 seconds.
2 minutes and 39 seconds. It was 19 yards and consisted of 5 plays, most of them running.
Yep. Well, I think they were all running.
That's why I said most of them. And here I said we going to have a passing game. We might have a passing game, but we turned out to be all running in that first series.
Gracious. So let's see what happens with the kickoff here for the Crabbers as they pooch kicked the first one and was downed at the 32. So let's see what happens here.
Please remember you're watching Thursday Night Football.
Hey, guys, it couldn't have got off to a worse start for Coach Coley, but I have to tell you, as you were talking about, Paul, right now Hampton's offensive line was just taking it completely to the defensive line of Kecoughtan. Nobody was getting penetration, and Hampton was moving the ball with every push.
Brent, is Hampton's line, the offensive line, are they that much bigger than the Warriors?
Well, if you look at stats, the Kecoughtan Warriors defensive line was like 216. But they play 6 people on the front, according to their charts.
Bo Lomax on the kick for the Crabbers as Kecoughtan Warrior will pick it up and go out of bounds at about near the 30-yard line. Let's see where they mark it.
27. Check that 28-yard line.
Looks like they're going to mark it at about the 28. So Kecoughtan will take over the second possession here First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
And, Mike, in case anybody was interested, that was Brent Musgrove reporting to us from the sidelines. We have Brent on the visitors' sidelines this year, and he's doing a great job down there. He'll join Bob Hintz on the home side. There are eyes on the field. Uh-oh.
That turned out to be a good play for the Kecoughtan Warriors, as Savage drops back to throw the ball and is flushed out of the pocket and ends up picking up a first down all the way out to about the 40-yard line. So it'll be a gain of about 12 on the play, first and 10 at the 40.
And, Mike, that was a good fake or something, because I tell you, I thought that was a busted play the way he turned to hand it off with nobody there. Then he made a good gain out of that.
Savage hands the ball off to first back. Great yardage. That's 10, 13. Looks like about a 13-yard gain on the play. Hard to see the numbers on those jerseys down there.
Number 5, Jason Fugate.
At the 47-yard line.
It's Jason Fugate.
13 on the play. It will be a Kecoughtan first down.
All right, let's go down on the field and talk to Bob Hintz, our other on-field reporter.
Hey, guys, just to give you an idea, that was a busted play you looked at, but you can see the speed of the Savage kid. And Kecoughtan has moved the ball well when they run the ball. When they went back and passed, that's what they got them in the hole. If they continue to run the ball, they're going to be a tough team for this Crabbers to hold on
to. Again on the play, Jason Fugate, as he will pick up, looks like about 5 on the play outside of the Crabber 42. Second down and 5 is the call here. 6 minutes to go, first quarter.
Fugate takes the ball around the right side, tries to get the corner and can't quite get around it.
Savage again in the shotgun. 2 wideouts, 2 slot backs also, and then here's the first pass of the game, and it's completed outside to the Warriors. Number 10, I believe, is the name. That's Elijah White. Good pickup on the play for a first down as he's down inside the 35-yard line.
And you can see by their offensive lineup there, the Warriors wanted to spread things out that time, and they did. They were able to get a man open, and the passing game, I believe, has started, Mike.
Yeah, that's the first pass of the game. It's completed. Good for a first down. First and 10, ball sits at about the 34. Back to throw again. Same play on the opposite side, and he actually dropped it.
Catch the ball first, Nick.
That was number 6, the tight end, Nicholas Carrera. He got free on the opening. I told you earlier in the game on one of the plays, he kind of went into the flat there. He was open there, and that was pretty much the same play. He just wasn't able to hang on to it that time.
Second down 10, 34-yard line. Savage again in the shotgun, single setback. Hands the ball off to the lead back, and I believe that is number 5? Yes, number 5, Fugate again. This time he will pick up, looks like about 2 on the play. That'll bring up a third down and about 8 for the Warriors. Ball sits just at the 32-yard line. As you see the clock up there, 4:45 to go here, first quarter. The Crabbers out in front 7-0. Savage drops back to pass. He just barely gets it off, but it's completed inside the 20-yard line. I believe it's number 1 on the play. That's Sean Lynch. Nice play right there. Strickland on the stop for the Crabbers, and it's first down at the 18-yard line for Kecoughtan as they drive here on the Crabbers. Go ahead. Let's say, Bob, you got something down there on the sideline?
Yeah. First of all, I want to let you know that this Mr. Savage has got 560 yards in the air. And he is putting that ball right on the money. The one that was dropped should never have been dropped. But this is going to help them with the running game because if they can pass the ball, you're going to be opening up your run.
Okay, it was Chris Burrell, number 4, on the pass that time.
Well, you're exactly right on that, Bob, and you can see him spreading out the field right here. And Savage is getting good looks at everybody, and he's got men wide open all over the field as you see him hit that pass out on the left flat side.
Second down and about 6 now. The ball sits just inside the 15-yard line. Savage hands the ball off to number 5, right straight up the middle in a hole, and a touchdown for the Kecoughtan. JC on Fugate as he goes 15 yards for the Kecoughtan score.
And Bob, you said it right out of your mouth. And I said they were spreading out the offense. You said they were hitting the passes, setting up the run. They tightened up their line. And what did they do? Ran right off the tackle, right in there. Watch this play. Just gives the ball, got some good blocking out front, and he just muscles through the last 2 linebackers and gets into the end zone for a score.
Thomas Chase in now for the extra point for the Kecoughtan Warriors as they try to tie this thing up. There is the kick. And it is good. Hampton 7, Kecoughtan 7 with 3:23 to go in the first quarter.
So, Mike, it took them a few minutes to get their offenses going, but they really got it going. Bob, you've got something down there on the sideline for us.
Yeah, the young man who just kicked that extra point, Chase Thomas. Now, this young man is a multi-sports guy. He not only kicks for the football team, he's number 1 on the golf team, and he moved up from junior varsity to varsity on the basketball team. Great athletes out there, and this Chase Thomas is one of them.
All right, thank you, Bob. I don't know how he has time to do all that stuff and still maintain academic grades that are good, but he obviously does. Ladies and gentlemen, that last touchdown took 10 plays, covered 72 yards, and only took 3 minutes and 57 seconds.
That was a very nice drive by the Warriors, mixing up the pass and the run.
Yeah, I like that. I liked it a lot. The Fugate now has 4 carries for 34 yards, and Savage is 3 for 4 in the passing department for 30 yards.
Chase kicks the ball off. It's taken at the 5-yard line by the Crabbers. Goes around the right side, gets a couple of blocks, and is all the way out to the 30-yard line. And I believe that was Strickland on the carry. So the Crabbers will take over first and 10 now. Let's see if it was number 2. No, it was number 6.
Which I don't have. That was what was bothering me there.
Joshua Foster, I believe. Yeah, I got number 6, Joshua Foster. So okay. Number 6.
I've got him as number 8, so I'll put him as number 6. Thank you, Mike.
First and 10 to Crabbers at the 29-yard line. Quillen under center this time in the I formation is a draw play right up the middle, and that's Strickland as he gets out to the 35-yard line. Nice run by Strickland that time as he picks up about, looks like he's going to pick up about 6 on the play, so that'll bring up a 2nd down and 4 for the Crabbers.
Nice draw play. Strickland got some good steam up here and ran right through the middle where he was finally brought down, but a good pickup for the Crabbers. As they're starting to stick with the ground here, we'll have to see if Jovan is going to go to the air. I can't imagine him not doing that, Mike.
He's got a couple of real good wide receivers out there, and
does.
They played well last year as receivers, so they're back. Quillen back to throw now, steps up, and then decides to tuck it in and run. He's got a 1st down out to midfield, and let's see where they mark him. I'm not sure where they're marking him out of the out. Looks like it's going to be at their own 48-yard line. I could have swore he was over that. Either way, it's good for a 1st down as Quillen picks it up, and it'll be 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line. 2:24 to go here. First quarter play, we're knotted up 7 apiece.
7-7. I thought he was going to open up that time with the pass, but he didn't like what he saw, so he pulled down and ran it.
In the shotgun against Quillen, back to throw again. This time steps up, gets a pass off up the middle, and what a move. Is number 8 on the play for the Hampton Crabbers, and that's Anton Moore.
Anton Moore is number 8. I've got him as a different number here.
Nice move after he made the catch, and a big pickup for the Crabbers. 1st and 10 now at Kecoughtan's 15-yard line. Going on a draw play to Strickland up the middle, breaks the tackle, gets through, 15 yards in for the Crabbers score.
Ladies and gentlemen, the game is heating up. Both sides are finding the holes, using the pass to set up the run, and then walking right through.
2:07 to go. It didn't take long.
Look at that big hole he's got there. He could drive a Mack truck right through that.
Took 1 minute and 20 seconds for that score, guys. And they went 71 yards. So quick strike for the Crabbers.
4 plays, 71 yards, 1 minute, 16 seconds. Little discussion.
I'm not sure what the hold-up
here.
is.
After the touchdown was scored, there was unsportsmanlike conduct against the offense.
That'll cost them 15 yards.
The penalty of 15 yards will be enforced on the ensuing kickoff. Touchdown is good. Extra point now.
Yeah. Lomax will set the tee down.
Bolo for the Crabbers.
Snap's good. Hole. Kick is up. It's long enough. And it's good. The Crabbers regain the lead 14-7 here with 2:07 to go in the first quarter.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching LSC on Thursday Night Football. The Hampton High School Crabbers and the Kecoughtan Warriors playing tonight. All right, Brent, down on the field, you got something for us again.
I just want to throw this up to you guys. When's the last time you've seen two Hampton teams with this much offense? Two teams that are building their defenses, but it hadn't been much of an incomplete pass thrown out here tonight. And it seems like both offenses are dominating the lines right now.
They are, Brent. Both offenses are really dominating the defense, which is something you don't normally see. And you're right, in the Hampton district, although the district is, as we said earlier, kind of changed. Bob, your take.
All right, listen, guys. This Quillen kid has got 563 yards passing through the air. But you see, they did the same thing Kecoughtan. They opened up with a couple passes, which opened up the run. Now, that penalty, they have the choice of taking the penalty on the kickoff, which they did, or making the extra point 15 yards back. So they have an option this year on that unsportsmanlike after a touchdown.
That's interesting.
So now
Thank
the
you very
Crabbers
much.
are kicking off from their own 25 instead of the 40, so Kecoughtan's likely to get pretty good field position here.
To me, that makes more sense than worrying about the extra points.
That pooch kick again, this time is taken at the 32-yard line on the run. Oh, what a hit. Ooh. On the run back for the Warriors is number 24, Keith Brandy.
No, that was
number 24, Keith Brandy on the return out beyond the 45 to the 46.
Man, what a hit.
On the
Nice
stop
hit
for the Crabbers, number 12.
So Kecoughtan has good field position to start this drive, 1st and 10 to their own 46-yard line. Let's look at the hit again.
Nice kick. Good running catch. Picks up about 8, 9, looking for 10 yards, and then boom, right there. Marlon Carter stops him cold.
Hand off up the middle. A yard, 2 yards looks like he's going to pick up on the play. And I believe that is Fugate again. Give him 2 on the play, 2nd down and 8 as the ball sits at Kecoughtan's 48-yard line.
Fugate appears to be the main runner for the Warriors tonight. Chris Burwell, the other running back, fullback, hasn't seen the ball very much tonight.
Savage again in the shotgun. Watch for a pass here. Well, gives the ball to Fugate again, and he carries the ball inside of Hampton territory down to the Crabber 48-yard line. He will be short of a first down. It'll bring up a third down and about 4 for Kecoughtan.
Number 33, Ricky Hatcher for the Crabbers, making the stop on that play. Hatcher, the outside linebacker for the Crabbers, got up there real quickly to drop the run.
They moved it up a yard to make it third down and 3 now. Fugate again. This time he cuts to the outside. There is a flag. There's a out of bounds. Actually, that was number 2 carrying the ball, Thomas Kofi. Looks like we might have a hold on the offense. Let's see what the call is.
Here we see the handoff to Kofi, and he hits the front of the line and then just kind of goes down the line to get around the corner, and you see him fighting off about 3 tacklers. He gains some good yardage, but unfortunately it's all going to go for naught as there's a penalty on the play, and the Warriors will go back.
During the play, holding penalties against the offense, replay third down after a 10-yard penalty.
The penalty took place about a yard behind the line of scrimmage, so it's going to end up being an 11-yard penalty on the play. What they end up losing, so it's third down and about 14 now as Savage drops back to throw, caught in the backfield and sacked by the Crabbers, number 70 on the play.
And that's Jamonte Spriggs, the one who I said earlier is going to have a big day today. And he's starting it off right here by putting the Warriors in a 4th down situation where they're going to have to punt. Nice play by Jamonte Spriggs.
So a big loss on the play. That's going to bring up 4th down and about 22 for as the quarter comes to an end here at the Darlin Stadium. The Hampton Crabbers lead the Kecoughtan Warriors by a score of 14-7. Hey, let's go down to the sideline. Bob's got some more info down there.
Hey guys, just want to remind the fans that Tidewater Team Sport is going to give us shirts again this year for you guys to pick a player of the game. We need to thank Dave Chubb and Tidewater Team Sports. They've been doing this for 20 years for us, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Bob. I appreciate that. And we do thank the guys at Tidewater Team Sports for all they do for us. And there are some special people right there, ladies and gentlemen. That is the Bowers family. Scotty Bowers, the late director for WHCS, being honored tonight during halftime for his work and dedication to Hampton City Schools. Let's go back down to Bob. Well, no, we won't go to Bob. We understand he was in the middle of a conversation, so we'll keep talking up here and put you on the field again.
Kecoughtan will punt the ball away here, 4th down and 22. Gets this one off, a nice punt. It's a great bounce as it is taken all the way down to near the Crabber 20-yard line. About 46 yards on the punt.
Down the 20-yard line, a 46-yard punt.
Tyler Chris
no return.
On the punt for the Kecoughtan Warriors. What was that, about a 46-yarder?
That was a big one, I can tell you that.
Yeah, he got a nice bounce, too. So the Crabbers start off 1st and 10 here in the second quarter play as we just getting started here. 1st and 10 at their own 20. Quillen will start under center here, 1st and 10 in the I formation. As Strickland gets the ball straight up the middle, and look at the hole. Cuts it outside and is brought down at about the 38-yard line. About an 18-yard gain for Strickland. That'll be good for a Crabber first down. And I'll tell you what, Hampton's offensive line is opening up some holes.
I was trying to see the number on that jersey, Mike. I can't tell. It looks like it's number 6, maybe, for the Kecoughtan Warriors that made the stop, and I believe that's Nicholas Carrera. Nice run by the Hampton Crabbers.
Actually, they brought it back. I thought it was out along at the 38. They brought it back just outside the 35. Strickland again on a draw play. This time not much going there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. He's going to pick up maybe a yard on the play. I believe that's number 25 on the stop. Martin. Second down and almost 10.
Here's the replay. You saw that as Strickland got hit. Until he ran that one, he had 5 carries for 48 yards. So he's nearing the 50-yard mark here early in the second quarter. In a game that I thought would be
an aerial. Yeah. I think we all thought that we would see that here. But right now, as long as the offensive line is opening up the holes, they're going to do it. Here's Quillen on the keeper. Cuts to the outside, brings it back inside, goes straight up the middle, and gets good yardage all the way down to the Kecoughtan 47-yard line. And it's a pickup of about 18 yards on that play, and it'll be another Crabber first down.
Guys, watch this run. Watch him. Quillen goes left, follows his blocker, splits out his seam, goes past another one. He did some nice stepping left and right to pick up that yardage, just following the blocks and the holes as they developed.
Keyshawn Lynch on the stop for the Warriors, number 1. Quillen with a draw play again up the middle to, I guess that's Strickland again. And he might get to near the 45-yard line, maybe a pickup at 2. So second down and 8 now for the Crabbers.
Again, a 1 on the play, bring up second down and 9.
Crabbers on the march, just into the Warrior territory. Still looking for those passes. Still looking for
in the shotgun, 3 wideouts, 3 to the near side. There's 1 to the far side, so they got 4 wideouts. Back to throw. Little drop-off pass there. It should have been intercepted as it's off the hands of the intended receiver, who was number 8 for the Crabbers.
Kecoughtan Lynch almost picked that off. The ball was right in his hands, and he was just the momentum carried him out of bounds, and he couldn't quite hang on to it.
Ball was a little bit high and goes off of the hands.
Kecoughtan wanted that one bad, didn't he?
Third down and about 9 now as the ball still sits at the 46-yard line. 3 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side. In the shotgun is Quillen. Back there is a flag down, and it's thrown on the Hampton side, wide open down the left sideline, but I think it's coming back. Official threw the flag towards the Hampton side of the field. Nice play, but I got a feeling this one's coming back.
That looked like Tyquan.
There was illegal motion against the offensive interior line. 5-yard penalty, replay, third down.
Nice catch by Wilkins on a good throw by Quillen, and it's going to be brought back.
That'll bring up a third down and about 14 now as the ball's brought back inside of the Crabber territory at the 49.
Well, here's a little bit of a key situation for that Warrior defense, and we'll see what Brent has to say about this.
I just want to say that the only thing that's been able to stop either one of these teams' offense so far has been the yellow flag. Kecoughtan got stopped on that 15-yarder and had to give it up. Now this is a 5-yarder on Hampton. Takes them down 3rd and 14. Let's see if they can pull it off.
Timeout called by Kecoughtan. That's their first of the half. Hampton still has their allotment of 3 here in the first half. Let's look at the replay and see if we can see any movement in that interior line.
Saw a nod down just before the ball was snapped. It was on the right side of the line. Nice pass. Wilkins was able to go up and get it. Yeah, did a great job to keep the feet in. But all right, Bob, down on the sideline.
Hey, guys, just want you to look at this sign down here. It says Scotty Bowers. Tonight's game is dedicated to Scotty Bowers, our longtime man that we used to say, beam me up, Scotty. We sure miss him, and They're doing a thing at halftime for him and everything. So I just want to let you know this is the guy we're thinking about tonight.
Thank you very much, Bob. We are. Scotty, as everybody called him, was a fixture in Hampton City Schools for 28 years, and we miss him deeply.
All right, third down, 14. Filling in shotgun, split out 2 on either side. Here's a pass down the sideline, and it's almost intercepted, or was it?
I think
it was. Nice intercepted by Keyshawn Lynch, number 1, all the way down to the 19-yard line. Well, looks like it's going to be marked at about the 17-yard line. First turnover of the game goes against the Crabbers.
Quillen goes to the well once too often here. Same pass pattern, looking for the same pass. This time, Keyshawn was ready for it, and he drops down with it.
So the ball inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. Kecoughtan has it 1st and 10 as Savage is in the shotgun. 4 wideouts. Hands the ball off to the lead back up the middle. And not a lot there, as it looks like he's going to be stopped in the backfield. He will lose a yard or 2.
Mike, again, that was number 70, Jamonte Springs. He's really beginning to hold up that line out there and keep the Warriors from getting around and starting that running game again.
Loss of about a yard. 2nd down and 11 now for the Crabbers. As they lead this one 14-7 here. Almost midway through the 2nd quarter. 2 wideouts to the near side. Hands the ball off up the middle. He's going to pick up good yardage. And that is number 2 on the play, and that's Thomas Coffey. He will get it outside to about the 23-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 3 for Kecoughtan.
Savage beginning to spread the running around. Fugate has been getting most of the carries. He's had 7 carries for 39 yards. Now he's kind of switching over to Kofi. He ran a little while ago and just picked up some more yardage there.
Having a difficult time picking up the uniform numbers for Kecoughtan because
Yes.
their numbers are blending in real well. Back to pass the ball. Savage over the middle. His ball was thrown behind the intended receiver. And originally it was called incomplete, and they will say that it's incomplete, I believe. Now they're having a discussion about it. They've already had one referee that gave the incomplete signal. They're going to turn it, reverse the call.
Completed pass by the offense, resulting in a 1st down.
I thought it was a catch, Mike, but you know, they've got a better view of things down there, so I was going to wait and see what they said.
Well,
Elijah White, the receiver, number 10. And like you said, I don't think he was the intended receiver, but he's the one that ended up with the ball, and that's what matters.
Yep. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. Handed off to the deep back, and look at him just fight his way all the way outside the 40. And there are flags on the field again.
And that was Kofi again, is that correct? Yep. He did a great job of running right there. Watch the way he bulls through here.
Have
and
a
keeps
clipping
right on
call.
going.
Oh, we've got an illegal chop block here.
Hey, there he is. Let's go, buddy. Let's go.
By the way, Elijah White, the young man that caught the pass a minute ago, has 2 catches now for 23 yards, averaging over 10 yards per catch.
15-yard penalty is going to hurt the Warriors
During
here.
the play, illegal block below the waist against the offense. It's a 15-yard penalty. Replay 1st down.
So 1st down and 25 now for Kecoughtan, all the way back to the 21-yard line.
Once again, Brent said it earlier, it looks like it's penalties that are stopping these offenses rather than defenses.
Raw play. Not a lot there, as the Crabbers had that one read pretty well. Ball was Fugate again on the carry.
It looked like number 20 for the Crabbers got in there and made a great hit, and that was Javelis Tony. Looked like he almost was able to get close to ripping the ball out of the runner's hand.
Loss of about a yard inside the 20-yard line. Second down and 26 now for the Warriors.
Long way to go.
So I think we're going to start seeing some balls thrown in the air here. 3 wideouts. No, again, they're going to try that run up the middle, and not a lot there as the Crabbers front line. And there is a flag thrown right there, and that might be a face mask. We'll see. Wait and see what it is.
That was good defense that time by the Hampton Crabbers.
Oh, it's holding on Kecoughtan.
They stood up the line and then slid along the line, and the backers were able to come in and plug the hole on the edge on the outside.
So a penalty again on Kecoughtan. Let's see if they're going to push them back further, and they are. That'll be 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Still be second down, though, but boy, do they have a long way to go.
It's a long, long way.
36 yards they got to go to get a first down. They got the ball down inside the 10-yard line. They got to get all the way to the 46 to get a first down.
This is not an area you want to throw too much in right now.
Back to pass. Fakes to the left, turns around, throws the ball to the right, wide open at the 25-yard line. Who is that? That is number 9?
Again, it's difficult to see. Number 6, that is Nick Carrera.
Okay, Nick.
Nick Carrera, he just kind of slides out from his tight end position and gets in the open, and they hit him between 2 defenders. Great pass.
Yeah, nice play. Still a long way to go, though. It's
long, third and long.
3rd and 18. Back to pass again. We're being flushed out, and going to be sacked on a blitz by the Crabbers defensive back, number 30 to 32.
31, 32, or 37.
Either way, it was the host of the Crabbers that got to him, and that's going to bring up a kicking situation here for the Kecoughtan Warriors. We'll see who actually got him.
So we'll pick it up right here. He was untouched. He just came off the corners, number 33 for the Crabbers. Number 33 is Ricky Hatcher. Whoa.
Chris in there to punt. Almost blocked. Gets it off to about the... Looks like it's going to be down at the 43-yard line. So the Crabbers are going to have excellent field position here as they start at 1st and 10 from Kecoughtan's 43-yard line with 4:59 to go here in the second quarter. Play already out in front, 14-7. What you got there?
A little note that says Desmond Savage now has 4 carries for -8 yards, 3 runs for losses, 2 sacks.
Crabbers start off here with 3 wideouts, 2 to the near side in the I formation. Quillen under center.
And there you saw Desmond Savage on the sideline.
A draw play. Strickland with the carry as he's going to pick up maybe a yard to about the 41. Pick up of about a yard and a half, 2 yards on the play. Bring up second down and 8 now for the Crabbers.
And I believe that was Martin Messalina who made the stop. Didn't look like he was fooled by that one at all. He just stood the runner right up.
Strickland now goes out of the game.
Crabbers with a good opportunity to put some points on the board here. We'll have to see how they handle this.
They got it spread out now, wide out, 2 to either side of the line of scrimmage. Going on a carry straight up the middle, keeper inside the 20, inside the 35, down nearly. He's still going, and it looks like he is forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20-yard line. I thought he was brought down.
You and me both. I don't know how he got out of there, but this young man can run. He sidesteps. Watch him. It's just a straight quarterback draw right off the left-hand side. Now, right about in here, we thought he was down. He never lost his balance, was able to get his foot out, and went down the sideline for about 10 more yards.
Ball sits at about the 17-yard line with a 24-yard pickup by Quillen. Who's he looking like?
Yeah, I was going to say, you know who he reminds me of right there?
It's funny because I look at you, you look at me, and I knew exactly what you were getting ready to say.
Ooh. Scary
and
thought.
he's only a sophomore. Quillen to Strickland on the carry to the left side, breaks the tackle, and forces his way down inside the 10-yard line, and he's down near the 5. Another first down for the Crabbers. It'll be first and goal from about the, let's look, they're going to mark it at about the 6. That's where they set it down, just outside the 5-yard line. So with 3:50 to go here in the second quarter, the Crabbers looking like they're ready to strike again here.
Number 72 for the Warriors, Chris Pauling, the guard, made the tackle on that. Quillen now 5 carries and 57 yards. Doesn't sound like many, but they've been very nice yards for the Crabbers. Whoops.
And there wasn't a whole lot going on right there as the Crabbers almost lost that ball. The ball was snapped a bit high to Quillen. He did all he could do just to keep handling the ball.
Bobbled snap, he kept it and handed it off, but it's not going anywhere.
That was number 20 on the carry that time, Tony. Going to lose about a yard or 2 on the play. That'll bring up a second down and goal as the ball sits right at about the 7. You see the clock continue to run, and 3 minutes to go here in the first half.
Fast first half, Mike.
Yep. Quillen to the left side, looks like he's going to throw, pitches the ball to a receiver, and that wasn't much of a throw, was it, actually?
That was interesting. That was very interesting.
Looks like it was thrown to number 20 on the play.
Now watch this as Quillen rolls to the left. He's looking and looking and looking, and it looked like he wanted to run, and then he
that was dangerous.
Saw a receiver and just kind of threw it up in there, and you're right, it was dangerous. You know, what do they say? Never throw into double coverage with about 3 guys right there.
Now this is the play right now that I think that what he should do is roll to the near side. As a right-handed passer, if he wanted to get rid of the ball coming this way, he'd have it. But let's see, it's 3rd down and goal. Ball sits at about the 7-yard line. Quillen under center in the I formation. That is Strickland back there.
A little bit of confusion there,
as
Mike.
The Crabbers will call timeout. Mike Smith wants to bring him over and have a talk with him.
Charge timeout to Hampton team. Hampton has 2 timeouts remaining in the first half.
Each team, by the way, has 2 timeouts in the first half. And it's down inside of 2 minutes of play here. Crabbers out in front 14-7 over the Kecoughtan Warriors on an absolutely outstanding evening for football.
It really is. And you're watching LSC, ladies and gentlemen, on Thursday night, September the 19th, 2013. So far, Mike, here we go. Quillen, 5 rushes for 57 yards. Strickland has 9 for 65 for a total of 122 yards rushing. Not really what I expected to see at this point. All right, let's go down to Brent Musgrove and see what he has on the sidelines during his timeout.
Hey, Susan, I don't know if you can see me down here, but these Hampton Crabber fans sure do like your local sports channel, so they brought me a little ride to sit back and relax while I work the sidelines. I really do appreciate what these people do for us.
Well, we see you. You're sitting there enjoying yourself, sitting back.
Can't get any better unless I can get Plaza Azteca somebody bring me something. This is really good. All right, guys, back to you.
Here we go. 3rd and goal. Quillen hands the ball off up the middle, and not a lot there as Kecoughtan's defense really stiffens. Strickland will get down to about the 5-yard line, and that's it. So it'll be 4th and goal from the 5.
Oh, my goodness.
Plaza Azteca.
Brent Musgrove on the sideline, relaxing, chilling, and enjoying the game.
Yeah, I'm not real sure why a timeout was called for a play like that. So Bo Lomax will come in now. He will be attempting a, 22-yard field goal attempt right in front. Kick is up. It's definitely long enough, and it's no good. Looks like he missed it to the left.
Yeah, Bo's got a strong enough leg. There's no question about that. That young boy can kick the football.
Well, the Kecoughtan's defense held him, and let's see what kind of a strike in here we can get from Kecoughtan. They're going to take the ball back out to the 20 now, where Kecoughtan will have the ball with 1:08 to go here in the second quarter, trailing 14-7. That'll be 1st and 10.
Well, one thing Kecoughtan doesn't want to do is decide all of a sudden that they need to rush down the field real quickly. They've only got 1:08 to play, and it wouldn't be so bad if they went into the locker room just down by 1. If they try to air it out too much right here, they might end up giving Hampton the ball again and giving them another shot, and I don't think that's what they want to do. Number 3, Kajana Harris, there on your screen for the Kecoughtan Warriors.
Savage in the shotgun, back to throw, quick pass out. It is completed outside the 25-yard line. I believe it's the number 6. Is that correct, Carrera?
That's Carrera. That's correct. He was trying to get out of bounds to stop the clock.
Pick up of about 6, 2nd down and 4. Savage runs the ball out of bounds as he's going to pick up a 1st down and stops the clock as he's out to the 34-yard line. It'll be a 1st down as the clock stops with 35 seconds to go here in this second quarter of play.
There's another shot of that nice young family we were talking about earlier. Scotty Bowers family.
Kecoughtan will call timeout. That's their
Charge
second.
timeout to Kecoughtan. They have 1 charge timeout remaining in the first one.
So here we are, 35 seconds left. It's a 1-touchdown game. The Hampton Crabbers ahead by 7. A lot of offense, but not a lot of scoring yet, in my humble opinion. But both teams have been moving fairly well. Nobody has really showed a strong defense, and yet we don't have the blowout score that we thought might happen with both of them. I thought it would be a high-scoring game.
Kecoughtan's defense came up big right there and was able to stop Hampton with under 2 minutes to go from scoring. Missed field goal of 23 yards. Hampton wanted to have the momentum going in here, and so the Hampton's defense is going to have to stop Kecoughtan in this last 35 seconds to make sure Kecoughtan's momentum doesn't switch over to their side. So it's 1st and 10 at the 33. Savage back to throw, steps up, throws the ball, and it's intercepted by the Crabbers. Number 33 on the play as he goes down the left sideline, and he's tackled all the way down on about the 13-yard line, and another flag is thrown. That's probably going to be a face mask.
Well, I said they had to be careful, Mike. They didn't want to rush down there and put up an interception, and that's exactly what happened as Desmond moves around.
There's actually
a receiver.
There's actually a penalty down here at the 50 flag at the 50-yard line also. Well, this is going to be an interesting call. There's that flag being thrown. I couldn't see what happened at the end of the when the ball was intercepted out here near the 50.
Coaching staff for the Kecoughtan Warriors, they're pointing out on the field, trying to sort it all out for what they want. 10, Elijah White joins them on the sideline there, along with Desmond Savage, number 11. You can see him there talking to the coach.
The officials all the way over on the Hampton side near the 10-yard line, huddled up, trying to make heads or tails of this situation, as our referee will let us know. So we're going to have a face mask against Kecoughtan. And we're going to have a personal foul against the Crabbers.
On the replay there, you saw the nice interception by the Crabbers.
I didn't see a face mask there either. Let's send it down to Brent. Go ahead, Brent.
Guys, I was standing here on the sideline, and for a second I thought I missed something. That was halftime, and the flag twirlers were out here. I've never seen so many flags in my life. But they got together here, and among trying to figure it out, and they're still trying to explain it. You'll probably get a better view from up there. I think they did decide to go to lunch afterwards, so that's the best we could get out of it, being real close to what I was hearing.
All right.
During the play,
okay,
there was a foul against each team. After the change of possession, personal foul against Hampton, hitting a defenseless receiver On the run back, there was a personal foul, intentional face mask against Kecoughtan. The foul against Hampton is declined. Hampton will get to retain possession of the football after enforcement of the 15-yard personal foul penalty.
Oh. Okay. All right. So
maybe Bob can explain it because I don't think anybody up here knows what it is.
The truck wants to know first and what? 2 penalties. One against Kecoughtan. Well, one against Hampton.
But he said that one was declined, yet they're turning around and moving the ball back 15 yards from where the Hampton player was tackled. So I can't figure this out.
If they're taking the penalty against the Crabbers.
Either way, Hampton has the ball first and 10 with 23 seconds left, and the ball sits at Kecoughtan 26-yard line.
Yes, coach.
Quillen under center, takes the ball, rolls around here to the near side, cuts it up. He's down inside the 15 to about the 13-yard line. And I believe the Crabbers will be calling a timeout here as he gets a first down.
After the first down, timeout charged to Hampton. They have 1 timeout remaining in the first half.
So there's 16 seconds to go. A nice run by Quillen as he gets the ball inside the 15-yard line down to what looks like about the 12. So Hampton's back on the move again to see if they can get something going with 16 seconds to go. And let's see, they got 1 timeout left.
With 16 seconds, they've got room enough or time enough to run at least 2 running plays, depending if they can get out of side. They've got the timeout too.
Last
so
time
they could get 3 plays if they play.
Last time they were down here, though, they kept trying to run the ball up the middle, and Kecoughtan's defense set them up.
And there you saw the administration of the Kecoughtan Warriors on the sideline in that last shot. Kevin Davis. Very nice young man, if you know him. If you don't know him, he's still a nice young man.
Mike Smith walking off the field there after giving his Chargers instructions on what to do. He's still telling them, all right, you come over here, you go over there. So here we go, 16 seconds to go. 14-7 is the Crabbers lead, trying to add on to it. 3 wide outs to the far side, 1 to the near in the I formation. That's Strickland. Quillen drops back, throws the ball across the middle, and overthrows his intended receiver. And I tell you, it should have been intercepted. He was wide open. He just overthrew him.
What? Who are you talking about? His own receiver?
Yeah, his own receiver was wide open under the middle, across the middle.
But he
threw the ball over his head. And back in the end zone, luckily for the Crabbers, it was incomplete. So it's second down now and 10. Down to 11 seconds to go now. 3 wide outs again to the far side, 1 to the near side. And they are man-to-man coverage. Quillen goes back into the shotgun. Strickland beside him. Quillen back to throw. Back into the corner of the end zone. And what a catch by the Crabbers for a touchdown.
I believe that was Taquan Wilkins. Is that correct? Number 23?
Looks like it for me.
Nice catch on there. He just kind of went up between 2 defenders, and he took the ball right from him. Watch this replay. He's got 2 men covering him, and he's the one that goes up and gets the ball.
He
Definitely
looks down and has the ball in both hands and looks down and says, I got it. Touchdown Crabbers. 12-yard pass from Quillen, and the kick extra point is up, and it is good by Bo Lomax as he is hit as he is kicking the extra point. And that'll be a penalty against Kecoughtan.
On that scoring drive, Mike, 3 plays.
During the extra point, there was running into the kicker against the defense. We're going to find out what options the Hampton team would like to have.
We're going to sit here and we're going to wait till he gets the option.
And as I was saying a little earlier, on that last drive, scoring drive, 3 plays, 26 yards, only 18 seconds. And the pass from Quillen to Wilkins for the score. Again, a great catch by Tyquan Wilkins. I was really impressed by that.
Well, I thought it was a better pass. The way
Well, it had to be
put
a
it
good
right
pass,
there.
but you've got to go up and get it. And if he didn't go up and get it, that pass can be as pretty
Hampton
as could
has
be.
elected to assess a 5-yard penalty for running into the kicker against the defense on the ensuing kickoff. Point is good.
So they'll kick off from the 45.
With 5 seconds to go. In the first half here at Darling Stadium, you're watching LSC, September the 19th, 2013.
21-7 is the score. Kecoughtan's real lucky right now that it's not 28-7. But you talked about the fact that after Hampton was stopped, that Kecoughtan had to be careful not to throw the ball away, and that's exactly what they did.
That's not something you want to do, but that's something you'll learn. Again, both these quarterbacks out here, if you didn't know this, ladies and gentlemen, I'll get that tongue-tied in, are just sophomores. They're learning. They've got a couple of more years to go.
Go, Keith. Let's go. Here.
Kick off to the near side. As he battles his way out to about the 32-yard line. I believe that's where he'll go down. 12 yards on the return. That'll make it first and, well, the clock actually has run out, so we're done here in the first half as the Hampton Crabbers lead at halftime by a score of 21-7. A little bit of an unusual first half, I would say.
Yeah, not like I expected. A lot of running there. Of course, Kecoughtan did mix it up a little bit. But Hampton pretty much staying on the ground. But I like this Quillen kid. I like him a lot. He looks down the field. He assesses his options very quickly. And he has a tendency, I think, to look more for the run than he does for the pass. And he does a good job of it. Does a real good job of getting what he needs to get. So we'll have to see what happens in the second half. Hampton 21, Kecoughtan 7. And you can see the Bowers family
Ladies and gentlemen.
Here comes.
I got the house PA. Okay, I'm giving it to her right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here on Scotty Bowers Night. Scotty has been with the Hampton City School system for 28 years. He worked as a cameraman, as the announcer said, worked his way up to be the director of PEG TV and WHCS TV. He brought a lot of innovation, creativity into the program, and we're very proud. But probably the thing that we'll remember about Scotty the most is his heart. What a wonderful man. If you needed anything, he was always there. I'm sure that you've seen his van when the TV crew is here. He would be the brains of the operation. This is his family. We are dedicating a brick in Scotty Bowers' name to put on the wall of fame, and it'll be here forever, just like Scotty is in our heart. We have Diane Bowers. She's going to say a few words.
I'd like to thank the Hampton City Schools family and the city at large for all of your support, your kind words, and all the love you've shown our Scotty.
Don't forget, we have donation jars at the concession stand for Scotty's memorial. We have the brick that says Scotty Bowers Director, LSC, WHCS, and on the bottom it says, known by many, loved by all. One last thing that I thought was pretty cool about Scotty was he was a Freddie Crabber. Back in the years when he was in high school, he was the crab that ran up and down the track. So thank you very much. We have balloons here, and some of the families put notes on the balloons, and we're going to send them up to Scotty. 1, 2, 3. We love you, Scotty.
That's pretty cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's just a wonderful sight in memory of Scotty Bowers, beloved director of WHCS and LSC. Down on the field, the Bowers family, who is celebrating Scotty's life tonight.
And now, please welcome to the field the award-winning Kecoughtan High School Warrior Marching Band. The Kecoughtan Band is under the direction of Mr. Nick Conti and Mr. Seth Wallingford.
What a great sight that is, folks. What a great sight. What a great man Mr. Scotty Bowers was. I was lucky to have known Scotty since middle school, since elementary school at John Willis. Scotty went on to go to schools that I didn't go to, but we kept in touch. I was able to catch up with him again and worked with him for many years, Mr. Scotty Bowers. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, at the halftime, the Hampton Crabbers are out in front 21-7, so stay tuned for second half action. We will be back shortly. All right, back here at halftime as we get ready to start third quarter play. The Hampton Crabbers lead this one 21-7 over Kecoughtan. Interesting first half, to say the least. Nothing like what we thought we were going to see.
Not at all.
But a little bit of passing, a little bit of running, a little mixture. Turnovers have been key, and I tell you, some penalties have really stopped some drives on both sides. So we'll have some stats, and we'll also show a few of the replays, and then some. Go ahead and run us through some of these replays from the first half.
All right. It was an interesting first half, like you said, Mike. Kecoughtan had a problem right off the bat when they had a bad snap, and Hampton was able to get it and set themselves up on about the 20-yard line. And, of course, it didn't take them long. They gave the ball to Strickland, and he goes down close to the end zone and sets up Quillen taking the ball in from 3 yards for the first score. Kecoughtan turns right around. They give it to Jason Fugate, who goes right into the touchdown and scores, and that puts them on the board. But Hampton comes back. They give the ball to Strickland. He goes off the right side. 15 yards later, he's in the end zone. Then Quillen tries for a score by putting it up and down the sideline, but Kayshawn Lynch jumps up and is able to intercept the pass. But Quillen makes up for that by taking a draw, gets away from several blockers, looks like he stopped, gets about 17 yards and sets up Hampton for good position. And then this is one of the funny passes of the night, he just kind of shovels it away, and it's an escape pat pitch, I guess, more than anything. Kecoughtan makes a stop, and then Desmond Savage puts the ball up with about 10 seconds to go in the half. It's intercepted by the Crabbers, who take it down the field, put themselves in good scoring position, and then Quillen finds Wilkins in the corner of the end zone, and Wilkins makes a wonderful leaping catch of a perfectly passed ball, and Hampton takes a 21-7 lead into halftime.
Very interesting first half, to say the least. Hey, I think the guys down on the sidelines have something they want to talk with us about, so why don't you guys let us know what's up down there.
Thanks, guys. Both of us had a chance to talk to our respective coaches at halftime.
Did that.
And it was pretty interesting. I got to talk to Mike as he was coming out. I said, Mike, what's your main concern? He said, I think my offense is doing well. Everybody's concerned about the flags a little bit. He said, but the main thing he's got to do is got to get those boys to stop that stretch play where Kecoughtan gets wide. And he's got to get his his defensive backfield, to get better drops and not getting back as quick as he wants them to get back. Those were his 2 points of concern at halftime.
Well, what Alonzo Coley said, he said, we got to do execution better. Our execution is not doing the job it's supposed to do. The kids need to do the job, and they don't need to get down on themselves. Both these teams are very young. Coaches said that the kids just need to mature a little bit better.
Well, that's it, guys. We'll take it back up to you.
All right, Tyquan Wilkins for the Crabbers takes the ball on the opening, the kickoff here to start the third quarter play out to the 32-yard line, where Hampton will have it first down and 10. Already leading the game right now. It's 21-7 as they will take the first offensive series of plays here in the third quarter of play. Quillen in the shotgun, hands the ball off to Strickland, nothing there. He's caught in the backfield. I believe he fumbled the ball and Kecoughtan got it.
Fumble will be recovered by the Kecoughtan defense.
Well, I missed that.
I never even saw that.
I missed that one completely.
Well, that's another turnover in the game, and that right off the bat. So let's see if we can see it here.
Strickland gets it, and
Yep,
there it is
knocked
right
out
there.
of his hands.
There it is right there.
What you got down there, Bob?
Hey, guys, that was a fumble. I could see it coming down here, but this is something that the Kecoughtan Warriors need. They need something to boost them up and make them feel a little bit better.
Well, they've got good opportunity right here, Bob. They've got a 1st and 10 deep in Crabber territory.
Couldn't tell who that was running. There's Lee Martin.
The athletic director, Lee Martin, for the Kecoughtan Warriors, there on the sideline, waving to everybody. Hello, Lee. How are you? We used to call him Dean Martin. He used to be the Dean of Boys at one time, so we called him Dean Martin.
Gain of a little bit more than 5. We'll call it second down and about 4.5 for Kecoughtan. Hand off again to, I believe it's Fugate, number 5.
I think that was number 2. Is it number 5? Again, Mike, we have to apologize to the viewers. We're having a tough time with the Kecoughtan Warrior jerseys, seeing the numbers.
Yeah, that's Kofi, number 2. He gets a first down. It's 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line for Kecoughtan. Hand the ball off again to Kofi up the middle down to about the 15-yard line.
Warriors pounding the middle of the Crabber line, trying to pick up a little bit of yardage here and there, and they seem to be doing it so far.
Mark Jenkins on the stop for the Crabbers.
Here you see the replay. Boom, just
gain of about 2 on the play, 2nd down and 8. Now there's whistles. What we got here? We got a timeout called by Kecoughtan. Yep.
Timeout to Kecoughtan. First timeout of the second half.
Well, the Warriors in good field position take a timeout to assess where they are and what they're going to be doing here. And Mike, you're right. This is a critical, to me, this is a critical possession for the Warriors. They gave up that touchdown at the end of the first half. They were only down 14-7 with seconds to go. Hampton got the interception. They were able to put the ball into the end zone and give them 7 extra points. You go in 21-7 down instead of 14-7. Now you've got an opportunity to get back those 7 points if you can do it. So this is critical for the Warriors right now.
Some of the first half stats interesting. Quillen 3 of 6, 51 yards passing. He carried the ball 6 times for 71 yards. Strickland had 10 carries for 66 yards. And over at Kecoughtan, Fugate had 8 carries for 38 yards. Savage was 6 of 8 passing, and he had 68 yards. Fugate on the carry around the end, left in, and he's almost in as he's tackled at the 1-yard line. So nice run by number 5. That's Fugate. 1st and goal for Kecoughtan.
And he was stopped by Jovan Quillen, the quarterback for the Hampton Crabbers. Fugate goes out for a well-deserved rest. He does a great job coming around the side here. He gets to the edge and he turns his corner and he's able to pick up some yardage. And nice nice touchdown-saving tackle by Jovan Quillen.
Prior to the snap, a false start. Offense, 5-yard penalty.
You gain it, you lose it.
Well, they were just coming to the line. I was surprised the flag came that fast. Savage under center this time. 1st and goal from the 6. Hands the ball off to, I believe that's Kofi. Nothing doing there. Looks like he might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. So let's send it down to the sideline where Brent's got some information.
Hey, guys, just want to let you know that's the very play before that they picked up all the yardage that Mike was talking about. You've got to stop that stretch play where the Kecoughtan's been able to get outside and pick up that main yardage. And so far, he hadn't done it in the second half.
2nd and goal. Right up the middle, Kofi, and this time off the left guard, and he will go in for the Kecoughtan score.
Number 2, Thomas Kofi on the carry over the ball to the end zone for the Kecoughtan touchdown.
So, Brent, while they were worried about that slide play, getting around to the edge and going in, Kecoughtan goes off the left side tackle and puts the ball right into the end zone. Good job by the Kecoughtan Warriors that time as we see the replay. Kofi just takes it and runs right into the end zone. Nice run by the young man from the Warriors.
So the turnover by the Crabbers.
Prior to the snap, it was encroached. You want half the distance? The distance penalty for defensive encroachment is declined. Try from the 3-yard line. Try for point.
Tyler Chris, that's what I say. What? Chris is in there for the extra point. Try to tack it on here. There's a snap. Kick looks pretty good from here, and it's good. So they narrow that margin now. Travers still out in front, 21-14 with 9:02 in the third. And I tell you what, the turnover bug hurt Hampton on that play.
It really did, and now Kecoughtan's got to look back on what happened in the first half and learn from their mistakes. This could be a tie game at this point at 14-14 as it is. Yep. It's the Crabbers 21-14 as we go down to Bob on the field.
Hey, guys, listen, what happened on that penalty was the center got over the ball and kind of slipped, and when he did, he moved the ball. That's, you're going to get the penalty every time on that, but that shows you what kind of talk that Coach Coley did at halftime, because those guys come out and still move the ball in from the 6-yard line instead of the 1-yard line. Great job for Kecoughtan. Took advantage of a turnover.
And that's the main point there, Bob. You're exactly correct. They took advantage of the turnover, and in my opinion, they had to do that. It was very critical for them.
Kickoff taken at the Crabbers 11-yard line. Number 5 on the carry for the Crabbers. Joshua Foster, number 6. Outside the 25 to about the 27. The Crabbers have it first and 10 from their own 27.
First and goal from their own 27.
The Crabbers take over first and 10.
Hey, we could have said that when Curry was playing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
At any given time.
That was a very special young man.
Here we go, first and 10 at the 27.
Now we'll see how the Crabbers respond to Kecoughtan taking advantage of the turnover, and we'll see how Kecoughtan's defense responds.
3 wide outs, 2 to the far side, 1 to the near, in the eye. Strickland gets the ball again, carries the ball, and about 3 Kecoughtan Warriors along with him for about 8 yards as he's out near the 35-yard line.
That was a good, strong run by Strickland right there. He followed his blocks for a couple of yards, and then he just plowed into the Kecoughtan Warrior defense and took it with him. He ended up with a nice gain there. See, it followed blocks, and there are no blocks anymore. All you see is green jersey, and he just takes them with him. Nice run.
Then on a keeper up the middle, not a lot there. He may have picked up a yard. Let's see where they mark it. It looks like they're going to give him about 2 yards on it. Nope, they're going to move it back.
Number 8, Gregory Bennett, the linebacker, 5'6", 169 pounds. He's a senior, he's a junior. Just filled the hole real quickly on that and nailed the runner. Nice play by the linebacker.
Watching that play that time, the far side referee had him marked 2 yards up, and then as he was running in, he told the official to use the near side referee to mark it. He's at least a yard short.
Just about a yard. You're exactly correct.
We could see that from up here. Third down in about a yard. Look where they got the markers at. See what they do here. Quillen will probably do another draw up the middle. Kecoughtan should be looking for that one. And here's Coach. Quillen under center, setbacks in the back, 3 wide outs. And it's a handoff or carry right up the middle by Quillen. Pick up about 2, maybe 3 yards out to the 39-yard line. Good enough for a first down for the Crabbers.
Quillen probably could have just fallen down on that play. You'll see him here. He's hunched up behind the center. You know he's just going to take the ball himself and fall over. And he picks up a couple of yards and an easy first down for the Crabbers as they continue to move the chains, hoping to get into Warrior territory.
Ball sits at about the 39-yard line now. 1st and 10 for the Crabbers.
Quillen now has 8 carries for 74 yards.
Not much there for Strickland as he just gets back to the line of scrimmage. Well, that's a runner on that play was number 20. That's Tony on the carry.
Tony on the carry, and Brian Lipscomb, number 52 for the Kecoughtan Warriors. You see him in the screen right there. Got right through the line to help make that stop.
Call it 2nd down and almost 10. 3 wide outs, 4 wide outs, 2 on either side. Going back to pass. Tuck in now. Let's see if he'll run out of bounds. Looks like he's going to get back to about the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Good coverage by the Warriors that time as Quillen couldn't find anybody downfield. And he did the smart thing. He was tuck the ball in and get it back toward the line of scrimmage.
3rd down now and almost 10 for the Crabbers.
What you want to do in that situation, Mike, is not put yourself in a hole and get yourself hurt. You want to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what Quillen did.
So let's see what Mike's got up his sleeves now with a 3rd down and long here. 3 wide outs to the far side, 1 to the near. Strickland set to the left of Quillen. Going back to throw. Tosses the ball up the middle, and it looks as though the defense had excellent position on that one, as it was intended for the Crabbers. It's number 7, I believe, Brian Hart. Incomplete.
Nicely broken up by Jason Fugate. I believe that was number 5. See if that's number 5.
Fourth down for the Crabbers.
Good luck figuring that one out. Lomax in to punt the ball away for the Crabbers.
It also could have been Kijana Harris, number 3.
4th down and 10. Like the Crabbers are going to have to call timeout because they only have 10 players on the field. That's a waste of timeout. So they're both down to 2 now in the second half.
But a good hold by the Kecoughtan Warrior defense that time, and I think Bob is on the sideline there. And maybe if we get a chance, we'll see if Bob can tell us, or if he's seen anything that may help us to understand what it is about the Kecoughtan defense that's making them a little tougher right now. Bob, are you down there?
Fellas, you're absolutely right. I talked to Coach Coley, just a second ago, and he says these guys listen to what he said. They're out there doing the job. They're walking with a little spring in their step. But when you get a turnover and take advantage of it, that really helps. But defensively, I thought the Warriors did a great job of stopping the Crabbers on that last series.
I agree with you 100% right there, Bob. They've really turned it around here early in this beginning of the second half. Let's see if they can
Lomax
continue.
sets back here now at his own 27 to punt it away. And oh my goodness, off the right side of his foot, and it's downed at the 46-yard line of Hampton.
Looks like we have a flag here in the Warriors end of the field near the 40.
Wow.
I don't know what that was all about. It came from about the 25 or 30.
Oh, it was a bad punt. It only went about 8 yards. But the flag, I don't think the flag had anything to do with what was going on the field. Let's see what we've got here.
See if we can see anything here. You'll see the kick. It's just kind of shanked off the foot there and doesn't go far at all. It gets around about the 45.
There it is. Line. You see the block. It's a block in the back by Kecoughtan.
Ah, no, I didn't see that. You saw that?
It was after the kick. Yeah, I saw it. The Hampton player got nailed right in the back.
So Hampton may get a little bit of advantage on this. It'll put the punt a little deeper into.
There was a personal foul against Kecoughtan while the ball was in the air. Unnecessary roughness against the defensive player. The ball will be moved back 15 yards from the end of the kick. 1st and 10 for Kecoughtan.
So he ends up getting a fairly decent yardage out of the punt due to the penalty. So rather than being in Crabber territory, the Warriors will start inside their own territory now at, what is that, Mike, about the 39-yard line?
Yeah, we'll call it the 39. 1st and 10 for Kecoughtan, and a chance to get back in this game and tie it up. Here we go. Ooh, they got an illegal substitution there, and they didn't call it. Hand the ball off right up the middle. Looks like that Kofi again on the run is going to pick up about 3 on the play. Give them 4 on the play. 2nd down and 6. Ball sits at their own 43-yard line, and the referee is calling timeout here. Looks like we have a Kecoughtan player down.
Number 2.
Yeah, that's Kofi. Like he's got a cramp in his leg. Yep.
Looks like number 25 rather than number
25 or 2?
2 or 25. Trying to get a number on the sideline, and I can't see it from here with these jerseys.
And Fugate back in the lineup and is handed off to him, and he's going to pick up about 3 on play to about the 46-yard line. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 3 for Kecoughtan.
Well, it's not Kofi, because I just saw Kofi walking on the sidelines. So we'll try and find out who that player was for you. I see the player down on the ground as they're massaging and moving the leg, trying to get the cramp out.
Good job, good read.
And that is the exact run that Mike Smith said they had to try to stop. So far, no luck on that one.
Yeah, now watch this. Jason Fugate just takes that and goes to the edge, and when he sees that opening, he turns upfield and goes. And you're right. Mike Smith needs to stop that. Bob said that that's one of the things he wanted to stop. And when he doesn't stop it, Kecoughtan picks up some yardage, and they're going to be able to spread that defense.
Kecoughtan now calls timeout. They didn't have enough players on the field, so that's another waste of timeout.
Timeout to Kecoughtan. They have 1 timeout remaining in the first half.
Oh, it's the second half.
Fugate now with 12 carries has 78 yards on the evening.
I'm surprised as many times we call that young man's name on some good runs that he only has 78 yards.
I know. I expected somebody would have over 100 right now, and maybe Bob will tell us who will. Bob, we're going to come down to you.
All right, guys, listen, the guy that got hurt was number 25, Martin Massolina. He seems to be okay, but, you know, you get shook up out there. the referees are going to make sure these guys are protected, so they're going to get him off the field, make sure he's okay.
And Frank Edgar, our statistician, was just handed a note to me and said one of the reasons the runners don't have a whole lot of yardage is because they're alternating every 2 plays between Fugate and Kofi. So number 5 and number 2 are getting the ball every 2 plays, and they're spreading out the yardage as well as the carries.
Kofi on the carry this time. Nice run as he gets down near the 30-yard line. And I'll tell you what, Kecoughtan's offense has come to play here in the second half. As they're on the run now. They're driving down. 4:30 to go here. Third quarter, still down by 7. Chance to try to get this game tied up here.
Bob said it earlier. The defense put them in a good spot with the turnover, and they're playing a little bit better with the spring in their step, and now the offense is starting to do the same thing.
Fugate on the carry on the left side this time. He's going to get down near the 25. Looks like he might mark it at the 26. That looks like about the case. Oh, that was Kofi again, number 2.
And he's just rolling and pushing people in front of him as he gets that yardage for the Warriors.
So the Crabbers defense right now is kind of being reeled in as Kecoughtan is being able to control the line of scrimmage. Another first down. 1st and 10 from the Crabber 26.
28 yards for Kofi, 40 for Fugate in the second half. They piled up 68 yards.
Here's Fugate now up the middle after he gains about 2, maybe 3 on the play.
So they've been going
back
up
and
the
forth.
middle, up the middle, up the middle, up the middle.
And then go to the side.
I think it's time for a side slide here.
No, I think it's time to watch. He might not put the ball back up in the air the rest of this game.
Well, I tell you what, if your running game is working, there's no need to put it in the air.
Savage again under center. This is that swing. Oh, nice tackle right there. Open field tackle by Cole. And the runner will get down near, let's see, looks like they're going to set it up around the 21.
That was Jason Fugate again. This is more of a flip rather than slide down the line. They pitched it out to him and let him start outside and try to get there. I think they've had better effect when they try to go inside and then slide out along the line and then turn upfield. If they can get that edge, hit that corner, and turn up there, they're going to pick up the yardage.
It's a big play for the defense on the Crabbers right now. As Quillen goes out after having to make that play. It's 3rd down and 5, and Hampton's defense needs to come up big here to stop this this drive by Kecoughtan. 3rd down and 5. Back to pass. Pass is completed to number 6 on the play. That's Nick
Carrera, excuse me. Nick Carrera.
Wide open. And their passing plays are open almost all night long.
Well,
Perfect pass.
That worked because of the play action there, Mike. They drew the backers, and Carrera gets that slide out there, and all game he's been doing that.
Into the end zone for the touchdown for the Kecoughtan Warriors. I believe that's Fugate, number 5.
5-yard run.
I think we have a flag on the field. Might be too many men on the field. Of course, when I just looked down there, I saw about 17, but that's because they were changing.
Well, their illegal substitution, I believe, is the signal they're given. But if they called out on the Hampton player that went out of the game way before the snap this time, it could have been called a lot earlier, and it wasn't.
During the play resulting in a touchdown, there was a substitution infraction penalty against the defense. That penalty is declined. Touchdown is good.
I see, Mike. I thought that was up against the Warriors, but it wasn't. And there you see the young man who just scored a touchdown. No, that wasn't him who scored a touchdown. He caught the pass. Nicholas Carrera, I'm sorry.
The extra point kick is up, and it is good. So we're tied up here, 21-21. And I tell you what, the game's turned around.
All right, let's go to a momentum changer down here. Bob Hintz.
Hey, guys, reminiscent of last week when Hampton was playing Heritage, they were leading. They come back out the second half. They were a little flat. Heritage scored 2 quick touchdowns, end up winning the game. Kecoughtan comes out, scores 2 touchdowns, ties the game. Let's see what Hampton Crabbers can respond.
Bob, are you seeing more of a spring in the step of the offense now as well as that defense for the Warriors?
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. These guys have confidence now that they can win this ball game. When they won it at halftime, they were down. The coach says, don't be down. Get yourself up and let's go out there and play some football.
And that's Bob Hintz on the sidelines, and he's right there by the players and the coaches, so he knows what he's talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Kecoughtan's scoring drive consisted of 8 plays. It went 61 yards and ate up 3 minutes and 52 seconds.
Here's the dig at the 8-yard line, right up the middle. Cut to the outside. That's the Crabbers, number 23 on the play.
Wilkins.
Quan Wilkins. Nice run back as he gets the ball back outside the 35. And there is a flag that was just thrown on this side of the field.
Look at this nice run by Wilkins as he just followed his blocker, saw an opening there on his right, and took off with it.
It's going to be a sideline infraction by Kecoughtan. That's all.
There's a sideline warning against Kecoughtan. It's a warning, does not result in a penalty at this time.
At this time, keep that in mind.
So the Crabbers have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line. Got 2:06 to go here in the third, and we're tied up here. Hampton 21, Kecoughtan 21.
Now let's see who gets inspired by that, whether the Crabbers get inspired by that nice run or whether the Kecoughtan defense can continue their dominance here in the second half.
On a draw play to Strickland up the middle. That's something Kecoughtan's defense has started to stop here after a gain of about 3 on the play. Hampton's offensive line was able to push the defense away a lot there in the first half, but it's not that way now. Brent, what you got down there, buddy?
Yeah, just want to go along with what Bob was saying. It's very reminiscent of last week's game when Hampton was up by 14 coming out of halftime, and now they're tied up. This is going to be probably the most crucial drive for Hampton I think they're going to have. If they can't move that ball, at least pick up some first downs and show some offense, Kecoughtan's going to be so fired up, I don't know what's going to happen. Back to you guys.
Well, Brent, right now in the second half, Hampton has a total of 11 yards and 1 fumble.
Oh, nice catch. Wilkins on the catch and cuts it back inside. He's still going. It gets all the way down to about the 2-yard line. What a play by Wilkins.
What a throw by Jovan Quillen. Wow. Now we have Mr. Momentum on the other side, I think. That's a big play for the Crabbers as we see the replay here. Watch this strong throw by Jovan Quillen, and look at the great catch by Wilkins, who then turns it into another 15 to 20 yards as he gets down to the 1-yard line.
So 1st and goal for the Crabbers at the 1-yard line. Looks like about a 62-yard pass play from Quillen to Wilkins.
So now all of a sudden Hampton with 73 yards in this half.
And Quillen will jump, and he looks like he was knocked back, not quite making it to the goal line. That could have been a dangerous situation, trying to jump over top of him. He stopped just shy of the goal line, 2nd down and goal for the Crabbers.
I'm not sure I wouldn't do that again. Jovan Quillen is the man you want the ball in the hands of.
But I think I think if he takes the snap and rolls out, he's got the whole side of the field over there to the far side wide open.
Yeah, but it might take a lot of time to develop on that side. We can just go forward. Shortest point between 2
Might
points
hand the ball
is
off
straight
to
ahead.
Strickland. Let's see what he does. Well, he hands it off to the fullback up the middle, and he scores.
And that is
number 20 for the Crabbers. That is Mr. Tony, as he will score from a yard out.
We have another Kecoughtan player down on the field right at the moment. We'll watch that play again. Quillen just turns around, hands the ball to Tony, and he just walks right in, basically right there. So very quickly, the Crabbers respond to the Warriors, who have dominated in this second half, with a great pass from Jovan Quillen to Taekwon Wilkins, who I think just made simply a marvelous catch.
Oh, he's made two outstanding catches in this game. Bob, what you got, buddy?
Hey, listen, guys. Wilkins, that's the young man I talked about when I talked to Mike Smith earlier in the game, before the game started. But what happened on that play was the defender decided to try to intercept the ball rather than play defense and try to knock it down. You can't get the ball close to close to Wilkins, or he's going to catch the ball. He's the one that got the one in the end zone for a touchdown. This is the second one down. They could have had the touchdown this time. This is a big drive for the Hampton Crabbers.
No question about that. You're right about Taekwon Wilkins. He has great hands, and he showed that to us tonight several times. He's got 2 catches for 75 yards.
Lomax in for the extra point attempt. It's good. So the Crabbers lead 28-21.
And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, 4 plays, 63 yards on that touchdown drive, consisting of 2 minutes and 4 seconds, ending up with the run into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now that gives Quillen about 120 yards passing, I think, in the first.
During the successful extra point, there was a penalty against the defense running into the holder. We're right now determining what penalty options Hampton would like.
While he does that, Mike, I just want to remind you that
Hampton has elected to take the 5-yard penalty on the kickoff.
Prior to the game beginning here, Taekwon Wilkins was 5th in receptions, had about 265 yards. And this is a kid that plays all the sports.
No, I just saw him run into it.
He plays
5 yards.
basketball. He plays football. He plays everything. And I'm really impressed by his hands tonight. He has just done a great job.
And don't forget, we have to pick player of the games, too, at the end of the game here, as each player of the game will get some nice T-shirts. Let's send it down to Brent. What you got, buddy?
Just want to say, as I was talking about 2 minutes ago before that long pass, that could have been the biggest series for Hampton in this game. They needed to respond to the entire dominance that Kecoughtan had shown in the third quarter. Now with this penalty assessed and just 5 yards, let's see if Kecoughtan can respond. This is going to be big for Kecoughtan also.
Exactly correct.
Quillen 4 of 8, 113 yards passing. He's got 10 carries for 74 yards in the game.
Not quite the 200, 300, 400, 500 yards I might have expected out of him tonight.
Well, I think the play calling has been a challenge. There's the kickoff that will actually go into the end zone. So Kecoughtan will bring the ball back out, and they will take it 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
And Brent said we're going to have to take a look at Kecoughtan's offense and see how they respond. This time they're starting in a deep hole. To me, the 20 is a deep hole in their own territory. They've had some good field position here in the second half up until now, and they've been able to capitalize on that by scoring 2 touchdowns and tying up this game. Now they're going to have to mount a long drive. They're going to have to work against a tough Hampton defense that has now been inspired by the offense. They got that big play touchdown and brought them to the lead to win.
Kecoughtan has elected to have the ball placed on the left inbounds marker following the touchback.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
That's won them some more respect on the sidelines from their peers.
Step back to pass and throws the ball up. That was up to grab right there. It was intended for Wingate, but it was incomplete. Second down at 10. That's the first time I've seen him just throw the ball up like that.
Yeah, that's something he's got to learn not to do. Go ahead and tuck the ball under and see if he can get some yardage.
So we've come to the end of the third quarter play here at Darling Stadium. The Crabbers scored just before the end of the quarter and now lead this game 28-21. Mike Hauser, along with Paul Rowe, a couple of guys down on the field working with us tonight, Bob Hintz, Brent Musgrove, and up here doing all the stats for us, Mr. Frank Edgar.
And all three of them did an excellent job tonight.
Here's all the guys down in the production crew. We haven't mentioned them at all tonight.
Yeah, sometimes people think everything's easy up here. It's not. It takes a lot of people to bring you the game that we're showing you tonight. On the cameras, we have Randy Bagoli, Susan Bowers, Wube Grabe, and Steve Fryer, and they do an excellent job. We're able to see their work here on the screen I have up in the booth, and they show the great plays that you're seeing on your screen as well. The graphics and animation tonight is done by our old friend Andy Foley. The slow motion and instant replay by the lovely Krista Campbell, who did a great job with your halftime highlights. The camera operator, as always, is the wonderful Renee Camden. The chief engineer, Don Sherrouse. The engineer is Greg Lesko. Audio is Randy Bagoli. The director producer, Don Sherrouse. What a great job you guys have been doing tonight. We really appreciate that.
Second down at 10 here as we get ready to get started for quarter number 4. And there's a handoff. And down at about the 22-yard line. That is number 2 on the carry, Kofi. Don't forget about Greg Lesko on the audio as he makes sure that we can hear him most of the time.
I'm sorry, my sheet says audio with somebody else, but Greg just let me know that, hey, I'm on the audio. He's very talented.
Just ask who wrote up the list.
He's very talented. Wasn't me.
Third down and 8 after a pickup of 2 by Coffee. Savage brings the ball off. Dragged down from behind. I believe that is, it's either Coffee or Fugate. Let's see. It's Kofi. So he's going to be short of the first down as the Crabbers defense comes up here and stops. He still almost got the first down, though. Good play. Looked like number 77 on the stop. That was Mark Jenkins for the Crabbers. Fourth down and 3.
The Crabber defense has done exactly what they wanted to do. We'll see how that offense responds when they get the ball.
Let's see if this is Wilkins back there. Punt is to the near side. There's Wilkins taking the ball right up between 2 defenders, and he's going to get to about the 45-yard line where the Crabbers will start this drive first and 10 from their own 45-yard line.
We still have 10 minutes and 33 seconds left in this game here at Darling Stadium between the Crabbers and the Warriors. But anything can happen. You never know.
Hey, we talked earlier about the fact that the Crabbers came out here in the third quarter very
lethargic.
And Kecoughtan took advantage of it. They were able to score 2 touchdowns and tie it up. But Hampton has responded now, and they've scored a touchdown and taken the lead and has the ball. So we'll have to see how Hampton's offense is going to react at this point.
Well, I know that Bob is down on the Kecoughtan sideline, and he'll be checking the Kecoughtan defense to see how it's responding to this surge of momentum for the Crabbers, and we'll see him in a little bit and find out what he can tell us.
3 wide outs for the Crabbers. I noticed a lot that the Crabbers have been really spreading the field out. Really dropped it. I believe he has fumbled the ball away, and another turnover by the Crabbers. Let's see what they do. Do they give it? Yep, there's a Kecoughtan player comes out of the pile with the ball in his hand. I think the one on the play, that's Deshaun Lynch. So another turnover, a mishap by the Hampton offense, just gives the ball away.
And he just dropped it. It looks like I couldn't see anybody hit him. It looked like he tried to turn the corner when he got to the edge, and he just forgot the football. And an alert Kecoughtan Warrior jumped on the ball, and now their offense has it at midfield.
First and 10 Kecoughtan at the Hampton 48-yard line. Handoff straight up the middle. Pickup of about 7 on the play, and maybe 6. Let's see where they end up marking it. They're going to bring it back a couple of yards. I couldn't tell who that was. I think it was Kofi. Yeah, number 2.
Kofi.
So he'll pick up 6 on the play, 2nd down and 4.
You know, I think all high schools in the city of Hampton should ask the announcers both next door and here whether or not they can see the jersey numbers before they buy jerseys.
Kofi again as he rumbles his way forward for a 1st down. He'll pick up about 5 before he's forced out of bounds. And that'll bring a 1st down for Kecoughtan as the ball is going to be marked at about 37. So Kecoughtan on the march now after the turnover. The turnovers have been a major factor in this game.
They've been a real big factor in this game. Or actually taking advantage of turnovers has been the big advantage. Fugate looks like he'll pick up about 2.
He'll pick up about 2 on the play as he's brought down near the 35-yard line. Bring up a 2nd down and 8 for Kecoughtan. So, Brent, you got something for us over there?
Yeah, since we were doing a comparison a little earlier about last week and whatever, just for something to think about, Kecoughtan was leading Denby last week by 4 points. And in the second half, they gave up. I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but on turnovers and interceptions and stuff, all of a sudden, Kecoughtan gave up 30-some points. Now here Hampton's turning around and giving them a chance to get back in the game on the same situation.
Yep. Fugate on the carry off the right side is going to pick up about 4 on the play. That'll bring up a 3rd down and about 4 for the Warriors.
With those 4 yards, Fugate has now gotten about 88 yards on the night. Kofi has 58 yards. You can do the math. I can't. I'm not a math teacher. But Warriors picking up a few yardage here and there, splitting it fairly even.
Key play defensively right here for the Crabbers. There's that same play to the outside. And it almost looks like the defensive ends are crashing to the middle and is leaving the outside wide open.
Yeah, that play, Mike, I think has been successful as we see it on the replay here. Has been successful every time Kecoughtan has run it. They just kind of slide one way or the other. There's a big hole that opens on that edge. The runner turns upfield, picks up good yardage every time.
Well, the tight ends for Kecoughtan are doing a whale of a job with the blocking scheme tonight. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. Not a lot there. As he gets back to the line of scrimmage, he might pick up about a yard.
A good defensive call by the Crabbers that time as they moved some players around and filled up some holes. It was almost as if they knew that was coming.
That was Fugate on the carry.
He's 2 yards away from getting 100 yards. That's his 18th carry, 98 yards.
On the stop for the Crabbers, number 70, Jamonte Spriggs.
2nd down and 10. Let's see. Brent will be with us in just a second. Let's see what happens here. Fugate on the that's Kofi on the carry. Nothing there. He's going to lose a little bit. So, Brent, what you got down there?
Just what you and Paul were talking about, to where Fugate and the running backs for Kecoughtan would head toward the center of the line, and they slide to the right looking for the opening. It looks like what Mike's done. He's put his linebackers back up in that spot to where they were sliding to. At least that's what happened on that last play. When he went in to try to draw him, there was no opening there.
So a loss of about a yard. 3rd down at 10 now for Kecoughtan. The ball sits at the 21-yard line. Another key defensive play right here. Let's see if they're going to put the ball up in the air. Back to pass. Being flushed. He is hit and he fumbles the ball. And it looks like the Crabbers have picked the ball up. And again, turnover. Turnovers. So hopefully we might get a chance to see that one again, because I tell you, the linebacker come around and here we go. Watch the linebackers blitz from the outside. I believe that's number 33 on the play.
It was not
Ricky Hatcher.
Was not picked up. Was not blocked. Came all the way in. Bob, you got a good view of that one.
Fellas, I sure did. Nobody picked up the backside. He was not looking at all for that side to come around. and they took care of him, and we just had another play. But, you know, turnovers. Both teams has hurt them tonight.
Big time.
Back to you guys.
Thank
I'm
you,
not
Bob.
sure who the runner was on that play. Maybe 20. Tony was the carrier. Picks up about 11 on the play and a first down for the Crabbers outside the 45 to about the 46. And let's see, you can hear the coaches for Hampton up here says, drive the ball, hold the ball. Don't make a mistake, run the clock out.
That was a good, hard run right there. That was a determined run by Tony.
Let's go. Do your job.
There he is again, up the middle. He's going to pick up about 5 on the play out to about the 49-yard line of Kecoughtan. So that's going to bring up a second down at 5.
Eat up the clock, eat up the yardage, run the ball. That's the district philosophy. And you're seeing it right here. Tony's doing a good job of eating up the yardage, but he's got to remember to hold on to the ball at the same time.
Quillen under center again in the I formation, 2 wide outs. Strickland around the left side, picks up big yards. Enough for a first down. He's down inside the 30, inside the 40-yard line, down near about the 37 or 38. Looks like they're going to mark it at the 38, so the Crabbers will have a 1st and 10. And again, the clock is running. There's Strickland.
Nice run by Strickland as he gets around the corner and is able to pick up about 7 more yards once he gets there.
Strickland had a big first half, but we haven't heard much about him here in the second half.
Well, Tony's picked up the slack. He's had 6 carries for only 21 yards, but 6 carries, and they've been very, very crucial yardage.
Ooh, hand off to the up back and nothing going there. That's Tony on the carry as he's brought down pretty much at the line. He'll pick up maybe about a yard.
The name I've given you all night long, Brian Lipscomb, number 52, 6'2", 220-pound senior for the Warriors. He's right there for that one.
Second down and 9 for the Crabbers.
Mateo Boykin, number 34, the Warriors said, let's get it up, guys. Let's get it up. Come on, come on. Trying to get the team up. Hampton looks like they're in control for the moment.
This is a key defensive stand here for Kecoughtan. Second down, 9. Quillen under center. Not a lot there. He dropped the ball again.
Nobody there for the Warriors to pick it up.
It's a good thing for the Crabbers. The ball just rolled out of bounds. I mean,
here you can see Quillen. He goes back, and it looks like he might have missed something there, and one of the Warriors was able to get in. And again, Quillen trying to make that quick move, just happened to forget the ball that time. But again, guys, remember, these are young kids, great kids. Jovan Quillen's a great quarterback. Yes, he's going to make a few mistakes, but look at what he does. Look at the decisions he makes and the great plays he makes. And you have to take chances, and that's what he's doing.
So a loss of about 7 on the play. Going back to throw. Had a man wide open right at the sticks. And looks like we're going to have a roughing the passer penalty called against Kecoughtan as Quillen got nailed after he throws the ball. Let's see it.
Quillen couldn't find anybody right here. It looked like he got a little confused, wasn't sure what to do with it. Kecoughtan had a good rush on. He finally just flips it out there because the man was kind of open, but it went out of bounds, fortunately for the Crabbers, not intercepted. But as Mike said, there is a flag on the play, and it looks like it might be roughing the passer.
On the play, personal foul, roughing the passer against the defense. It's a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
And that's going to be a big help, Mike, for the Crabbers in this drive as they'll get deep into Warrior territory now with just at 4 minutes to go in the game, and they're nursing a 7-point
Number
lead.
6, blow to the helmet.
Well, we could hear that one. Unfortunately, I mean, it was. Somebody tell the referee to cut the mic off.
Oh, goodness.
They're ringing right now.
Oh, man.
All right, so the Crabbers have a 1st and 10 now as the ball sits at about the 30-yard line. And looks like somebody, the Crabbers, have called a timeout. Flip the switch.
So Mr. Moe has changed again. Momentum swinging to the Crabbers. And we'll go down to Bob and get his take on it. Bob.
Hey, fellas, you got to go with what you were saying earlier, Paul. These are young men. I watched the pros make some of the same mistakes. They're making more money than you and I will ever make in our lifetime. These young men are out here doing the best they can. They're learning the game. You can't get down on these young guys because they are young guys. They're 16 and under, most of them. We've got a lot of sophomores out there. So keep that in mind when you say, hey, he made a mistake. Everybody makes a mistake. Get up and go out there and play the ball game.
Absolutely.
Back to you guys.
You're right there, Bob, because you know that tonight when he makes that turn, he forgets the ball. But next Friday, he makes that turn, he sprints upfield 20, 30 yards, gets a big gain out of it because he will learn. These kids do what they need to do to get better.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Crabbers. Tony up the middle, fighting his way down near the 20-yard line, and it's stopped. Never was brought down. But he's going to get down to about the 22, so that'll be a gain of about 8 on the play for the Crabbers. What you got there?
Just a note for you and me.
Oh, yeah.
Remember to do that. That's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yep.
Yeah. You heard what I said earlier. It's here that I'm having a tough time.
Mm-hmm. 2nd down in a yard. Ball's at the 21. One on the keeper up the middle. And don't think he made it to the 20. Let's see where they mark it.
Depends on his forward motion.
He didn't make it, so it's going to be 3rd down and real short. Yeah, don't forget we got player of the games. I think we've got this one wrapped up. And we got to pick somebody from the other team. So,
see a sheet there. You got anything?
He has 1, 2, and both of them have 1. So. Looks like he got enough for a 1st down, just barely as he gets over the 20-yard line. So the Crabbers will keep this drive alive. It'll be 1st and 10 inside the 20 as the Crabbers will continue to run the clock with 2:45 to go as the clock is started up. Tough battle tonight, guys. Tough battle.
Real tough. And I tell you what, it was an enjoyable game, back and forth, back and forth.
Brent, what you got down on the sideline, buddy?
I just want to say, guys, that y'all talked about it a minute ago. Hampton's gone into what you call Timex football. They're just watching the clock go around and trying to grind out these 1st downs, and if they get a touchdown, fine, but they just want to eat that clock up. You can see them here on the sideline talking to the coaches. They're just looking for that dive play, and if they can pick it up, that's great. Back to you.
Quillen on a keeper off the left side. Not much there, maybe a yard or 2. 2nd down as the clock continues to run. Kecoughtan is at the mercy of the clock right now as they only have 1 timeout left. They could possibly get the ball back if they can stop them on this play and call a timeout.
We'll see what happens. All Hampton has to do is run. They're in control of this game right now.
Well, they have to get a 1st down or Kecoughtan might get the ball back. Let's see. Here's a handoff to Strickland up the middle. And not a lot there as he's brought down.
That's
who I was pointing at.
Yeah.
So let's see. Has Kecoughtan called timeout with a 3rd down yet? No. Clock still runs. It's 3rd down and about 6 for the Crabbers as they're just milking the clock right now.
They'll take whatever time they can take. 3rd down and 6. Even if they don't get the 1st down, they're in good range for Bo Lomax for a possible field goal. Clock's going to get down into the 40s. big run.
And that's going to be good enough for a first down, I believe. And if that's the case, that will do it for the Crabbers. They'll be able to hold on to the ball, and it's a first and goal for the Crabbers. So all they've got to do is down the ball a couple times. So let's go ahead and give our player of the game awards tonight for the Hampton Crabbers. How about Mr. Wilkins, the receiver, that caught a couple of outstanding passes that the one score in the corner of the end zone, and then the other long 60-yarder that was a yard shy of going in for a score. And I believe he's going to be our Hampton MVP of the game.
Excellent choice, Mike. I love the guy's hands. I like the way he's going up for the catch. He just showed me a lot tonight, and I'm very, very impressed. For the Kecoughtan Warriors, we're going to go with the workhorse tonight, and that's Mr. Fugate. 98 yards, 2 yards shy of 100 from our view up here. Of course, there are other people keeping stats here. He could have broken their 100-yard mark, but 98 yards. Workhorse did a great job. Scored what? How many touchdowns, Mike?
Fugate scored 2.
2 touchdowns for the Warriors, so he accounted for 14 of the 21 points.
Yeah, he had a 15-yard run in the first quarter, and then came back in the third quarter and scored another touchdown that was good to tie the score up. But the Crabbers, looks like the Crabbers are going to take this one as the offense came alive there towards the middle of the fourth quarter and was able to get that drive down the field and take that lead score to make it 28-21. 26 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter play. Kecoughtan, no timeouts left. All the Crabbers have to do now is just down the ball.
And our players of the game were Tyquan Wilkins of Hampton and Jason Fugate of the Warriors. Any last-minute words from Bob or Brent?
Quillen downs the ball, and that'll pretty much do it as the clock will just continue to run.
Yeah, we got
all right, Bob, last words from you guys down on the field.
Well, I'm down here with Brent right now. And we both agreed 2 good choices for the player of the game.
Yeah, couldn't have been any better. Just let me say this. This game was really, believe it or not, even though they lost, a character builder for both teams. You saw both teams able to respond when they were down and get tough when they were up. So, I mean, it's just been a good game for both teams.
Well, they can build on this one. Back up to you guys.
All right, thank you, Bob Hintz and Brent Musgrove. Great job down on the field tonight. Great reporting, great comments, and great insight to the game tonight. Final score here at Darling Stadium, the Hampton High School Crabbers 28 and the Kecoughtan Warriors 21. Mike, what do you think?
Well, I tell you what, Hampton needed this one bad. After losing 2 straight Peninsula District games to start the season, they needed to win this game. So both teams now evened up at 2-2 on the season as far as the season is concerned, and the Kecoughtan Warriors dropped this one. That's 2 in a row now. 2 heartbreakers in a row that Kecoughtan's lost after having a lead against Denby last week, and then just fell apart in the fourth quarter. And tonight they were able to hold their ground pretty well, and with that drive late in the fourth quarter by the Crabbers to take the lead, did them in. So the final score here again is the Hampton Crabbers 28. And the Kecoughtan Warriors 21.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching LSC, your local sports channel, tonight on Thursday night football for the Hampton City School System.
All right. For Paul Rowe, Bob Hintz, Brent Musgrove, Frank Edgar, and Mike Hauser here. So long, everyone.